Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmek here and welcome back to another video series. Today is the first video in the Blood DK Advanced Mythic Plus tips guide series thingy. So the idea behind these videos is short 5 to 10 minute videos going through each dungeon and covering off the tips that you can do on your Blood DK to make those dungeons easier from a tank perspective. Now I've teamed up with some fellow Rad Knights in Mandal, Sanandia and Floor Fruits to bring you this information. If I've missed anything though, of course drop it in the comments below, and there may even be a text document that comes out with this info once this is all done. So we're going to start off with King's Rest today. So starting off with the trash, the minions of Zul here, you'll encounter them when you come down the stairs and in the first boss room. You can use AMS if you need to get in close to these to avoid being feared. Once your AMS runs out though, you will obviously cop the fear, but just know you can get in close to them via using AMS if you need to. The 4 purification constructs when you come down the stairs can be quite a scary pull when you're pulling them all together. Know that when they cast their suppression slam cast that you can actually single grip and mass grip them off this cast. So if you do need to reposition them or you are unsure of which way one of them is facing, make sure you're using what's in our toolkit to save your life here. All the way up to a 22 you can probably stand in one and get hit. Maybe, and you can icebound out of the stun. However, it's really not advised to do so, so make use of our toolkit. One other thing to add in here, guys, is in the first boss's room on the witches with the Deathly Chill, you can actually use this middle column to actually line of sight those Deathly Chill casts. So make sure if you're light on interrupts or you're having issues with that, you make the most of playing near that middle column and using line of sight as a factor to let interrupts recharge or avoid any of those casts going off. Into the King's room, King and Queen Wasai. With the King, when he does his Beyblade Blade Storm, you can actually death grip him off that. He will continue to be a Beyblade, however, and you'll take a hit, but if it's moving towards someone that has nothing and they're not paying attention, you can grip him off to a corner or something like that. With the next pack that I'm covering here, King Raoul, Guard Captain Atu and Central Mabara, when the Chain Lightning goes off from the King, you want to wait until that cast actually finishes and then the channel starts of Chain Lightning. As soon as it moves into that phase, make sure you grip him off. That way he won't recast. If you grip him early whilst he is casting and it doesn't finish, he will just automatically recast it. Again, you can use single grip and mass grip to knock him off this channel. Queen Patala and her Skeletal Hunting Raptor. The Queen Patala shot hurts a lot. If you are having issues with this, you can always line of sight her shot. And what you can do is you can bring her to the entrance of, say, the door, and then you can just basically line of sight her every time her shot goes off and just dance around the door entrance. If it's sanguine, you obviously need to just make sure that you're keeping that area pool free if that's what you're going to do. With the Skeletal Hunting Raptor, when it leaps away to do its hunting leap, you can also single grip that off and it will not recast Hunting Leap. King Akal and the Bloodsworn Agents, you can use AMS if you get caught in a shadow whirl here, so just make sure you're knowing that. That's the purple stuff on the ground. Those small skeletons can also be slowable and predictable in regards to where you can stack for them to teleport away from you on necrotic weeks and things like that. So if you are having issues, have your group spread out and they'll port to them on necrotic, which will give you a little bit more time in regards to dropping your stacks. The intermittent constructs, these are the ones in Makimba's room. If you pull these as a pair and you move over next to the sarcophagus or the crypt or the tomb, they will always place the tomb player in the closest crypt to them. So you basically just pull them over next to one of the tombs, and then you are just going to spam click that as soon as Entomb goes off. Just watch their pathing line when you're pulling one from one side to the other. If it runs across Makimba, it will pull him, so you need to make sure they don't go too close. Makimba as a boss, there's not a lot generally you can do on bosses in regards to making life easier. However, with Makimba, there certainly is. You're going to have your tank and healer go to one side where the tombs are, and you're each going to have a tomb. Your other 3 DPS are going to go to the other side. Whichever DPS gets tombed, there'll still be 2 over there this way. What's going to happen is as soon as someone gets entombed, they're going to be spam clicking their button to shake the thing. Everyone is going to be in front of one tomb each, and you are going to click that as quick as you possibly can as soon as it shakes. What's then going to happen is Makimba is not going to cast a single ability throughout the rest of this encounter, making it just a huge tank and spank. However, he does have a 2-second swing timer with a huge variance, and it is pretty chunky. It hurts. It hurts a lot, so just be aware of that as the tank. Moving up around the ramp, if there's ever a Spectral Brute and you're pulling that in your pathway for whatever reason, when it does go to do its ground stomp or ground crush, you can actually grip that off. It will immediately recast, but if you're having issues getting out or something like that, that's an option. The Spectral Berserkers, the bleed they cast on cooldown, it generally goes to the highest, or always, goes to the highest threat target in melee range. If you can get a cast on a pet, if you've got a hunter in your group, it's absolutely worth it. When they go to do their leap, just have the hunter pets taunt the berserker and the bleed will go on them. That way you're not taking them all as the tank. The Spectral Beastmasters, you can use Control Undead on these. They do an absolutely enormous amount of damage. Turn off Deadeye Shot though, unless you want the mobs to be punted around. But otherwise, a huge amount of damage to keep as a damage boost throughout the Key and King's Rest if you can get a Beastmaster. The Honored Raptors, you can also grip them off your hunting leap the same way we saw with the Queen in the King's Room, and the same way you can do on Raban in the King Dazar fight. Lastly, finishing up on King Dazar himself, you can AMS the Deathly Roar. This is generally only worth it though if there's going to be an overlap with Blade combo, so just keep an eye on the timer, and if you are going to have an overlap, make sure you AMS the Deathly Roar. That way you can set up for the Blade combo. Make sure you're also pooling runic power for the Blade combo. Don't just be relying on getting a parry or something like that. Place your Dancing Rune weapon around it if you need to, but pull runic power so you've got the ability to recover from Blade combo. But that is it, guys. Any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for checking out the guide. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.